My. We are back. Hello. Thought I'd drop a quick live if I could. I got phones ringing, emails pumping. Okay, I'm here. So now I have to address all the phone, text, talk. You bring me out, and I'm right here. So no problem. How is everyone tonight? Hopefully real good. I'm not here long. Thought I'd share some information. I know I popped up. We got things happening, folks. So, if I pop up, time to go to work. Marley 13, much love to you. Thank you for being here. Where the Wind Blows is back again. Good to see you too. Jackie Barty, Miss Jackie. Good to see you. Stardust. Hola. I hope you're doing well. Anyway, I wanted to jump on here to do a little bit of a case update. I've been meaning to do this, but, like I said, my schedule is like real tight. I'm working multiple cases behind the scenes, and it's been tough. And then you have to juggle family time. you know, and personal time. It is okay to eat, change clothes, take a shower, spend some time with your family, maybe watch a movie, cut away from YouTube, you know, just the simple things in life before YouTube showed up. I mean, it's okay. However, I've been noticing that most people are stuck to YouTube, and that's okay. I mean, if that's what you do, that's what you do. And if you're okay with it, well, guess what? John Q is okay with it too. You know, there's a lot happening in the world. We want to stay where the information, takes us. And if YouTube brings you that information, by all means, yes. And any other social media platform that brings you the information that you seek based on your interest in that information. Make sure that it's valid, it's vetted, and it is verified, and it's proper. And it's delivered in a non biased way. So you can do that, and that's what you're looking for. That's what we hope to bring on this channel. We got 22 people in climbing. John Q was not going to go live tonight. I just got off a very powerful phone call. Very powerful. And I said, you know something? Okay, let me straighten it out. Let me straighten this out. And it's good to see that all of you, my goodness, y'all pile in here. I know you're all online. Mr. Boss Blake, my brother. RJ in the house. Let me see who's in here. In the house. AP is in the house. AP, I saw in another chat room. AP got, what was it, a message deleted under the Summer Wells case? I said, AP? How does that happen? People are getting blocked for making statements in the chat room. And it may not have anything to do personally with anyone, but it's just, I don't want that here. And I think it's AP that was blocked. I said, damn, okay, let me continue to watch this. There are certain people being blocked on other people's channels only because they have their own opinion. Not that they're making it to the content creator directly, but making it about the content. The content. Not the content creator, but the content. I have a difference of opinion about the content. And people are going, I don't want that in my chat. I don't want to see your face. Well, if you don't like it, leave. And all this extra stuff, then it gets twisted into something else. And I sit back and I watch and I go, wow. So why go back to that channel if you're being disrespected about the comment that you make, not directly to the content creator, which got the information from outside like everybody else, but your opinion about the content, the information in and of itself, is a big difference. And there's a lot of content creators not identifying that or taking time to. Well, if you have 50, 100, 150, 300, 500, 1,000 people in your chat all at the same time, everybody is taking their time to type their comment like you're doing right now. And each one just as important as the next one that follows down the row. your opinion matters just as well. And if you have a content creator dissing your comment, it's okay. Let me scratch my head. Something's wrong. And I think that content creators take the time. Take your time to take care of your subscribers. Take the time to acknowledge why they're there. They believe in the content that you're providing them with. And so do take that time to acknowledge them. Don't skip them. Try not to skip them, especially if you have 5, 6, 7, 8, 1,000, 1,500, 2,000 people in a chat room. I don't know. Type a 1 in the room if you agree with what I'm talking about. Because I know I've been in rooms where there's well over 1,000 people, and I'll just tabulate a little comment, and hopefully it gets read. Just type a 1. You hope that your comment in a room pertaining to 1,000 people, maybe under the Summer Wells case, maybe under the Daniel Robinson case, Cash Garnon case, Kanika Jenkins case, Buffalo, New York case, Uvalde's Texas school shooting case, any of the cases, you just hope that the little comment that you make is acknowledged in some way, shape, or form. I know I do. I know I do. I do too. It's hard for a content creator when they have well over 500 to 1,000 people in their room to try to read every comment, highlight every comment, address every comment as much as they can, up unless you're a content creator. It's the toughest job in the world because we're watching screens, we're watching what we're trying to present. And when we're trying to present case information, and I've got some updates tonight for those of you that are joining this live. I didn't intend to do this, but I said, hell with it. Why not? We gotta go. Gotta go. You're just as important as the stories that come out, folks. You are just as important as the stories that come out. And if you're taking your time to join a channel that's covering a case that you've been following in some way, shape, or form, you should be acknowledged. That's just me. And for a lot of the different content creators that will look at my video tonight after I'm done, any place that John Q has been, I am so grateful and appreciative that they have highlighted my comments. I've been following the same cases that they've been following, and then I'm doing extra casework as well. They may not know it until I bring it to their attention. If we're talking about Summer Wells, guess what? I don't think I've been on any channel that I've selected to go up on panel or sit in a chat room and make a commentary and not be acknowledged. I don't know if it's the lettering in my name or the comment that I make, but the YouTube community knows John Q. When we talk about these real stories concerning real people, real crimes, it seems like people know who John Q is. And I appreciate every single content creator that gives that acknowledgement because I'm doing the same thing they're doing. And it's important because we're all doing the same thing each other is doing. Makes sense, right? So we should be supporting each other all the way across the board. Period. Period. I know a group of people on YouTube that's doing what I'm doing, and I can rely on them to be there. And if I make a comment or make a suggestion or tap down their email address and maybe want to talk to them later about certain things that they covered in a case that they're covering, yeah, we should all be on the same page, right? I thought so too. I thought so too. I thought so too. It's unfortunate that I have to bring this information here tonight. And I'm going to tell you the truth because that's what I carry. Not all content creators are alike. And I'm sure that you've come across the same place. Not all content creators are alike. Each one is different. They're unique. They bring their perspective in the way that they do. However, as a content creator, you are responsible for the content and the character on which you deliver your message, not only in the full content on your channel, but to the people, your audience that you're there for. I've been on my channel for a few years, going on 4.5 now. I've learned some lessons on YouTube. Powerful lessons on YouTube. I want to share just a couple of pieces, then I'm going to get into my message about the updates. But this piece is important. And whoever captured this live later, it'll be important to you as well. You learn some things on YouTube, and I'm sure every person in the audience who subscribes to different channel holders and content creators covering different cases knows that too. John Q is live tonight. I got something to say. And it's going to be said. And it should be very clear when I leave here tonight what your responsibility is as a content creator should be doing. There are some content creators out here that are just as serious as the sun is in the sky on a spring morning. It's there, guaranteed, and will lay it out and unfold everything about it until the sun sets. When the sun sets, it is just as true as the sunrise, and it will stay that way until the next sun rises. A congruent continuity, consistent of itself, is present at all times. Let's say that again. A congruent continuity is consistent about itself at all times. Character plays a very important part being a content creator. Being a producer of values is what a content creator on YouTube is about. It's about. When you can lay those words across your mind and think about each word to the very end of the sentence, that's what it should be about. In light of anything that's of discussion, could be anything. However, over the period of time that I've been on my channel, I have come across, like I said, some very serious content creators that deliver it like the sun on a spring morning. Hands down, until the sun sets and we have another essence of life called a night until the sun rises the next morning. Very consistent. Now, if there's any turbulence in that weather pattern, if you will, where the sun doesn't shine, we've got some overcast. We've got partly cloudy or partly sunny. And we can't tell either way, either or, but we experience it. Well, life reflects that same thought process. There are some content creators that deliver on a dime. Then there's some content creators that shouldn't even be on YouTube, period. Because those are the profit masters that have come up with profit mechanisms to take advantage of very important and severe cases that need justice. I want to thank you all for being here, because if I deliver a message like I'm about to tonight, this is one of them. And you know that I have opened my mouth to it, at least. I'm going to say some things unfiltered, and y'all know what I'm talking about. You may even know who I'm talking about. And I just wanted to, wow, y'all just rolled up in here. Stardust is in the house. Elizabeth Landers is in the house. Karen Henderson is in the house. Shelley Kelly is in the house. Sunshine 1979 is in the house. Where the wind blows, like I said before, is where we're going tonight. RJ is in the house. Thank you very much, bro. Content creator on YouTube. Serious content creator. Stardust is in the house. AP, like I said, like when I started, that kind of got me. I said, I know AP. They visit my channel. Why would they block the comment out of the room? Okay, let me sit and watch. AP, good to see you. Carrie Lawson, my love, is in the house. Carrie, good to see you. Mi vida loca is in the house. Good to see you and welcome. Mr. Bossman Blake is in the house, my brother. Man is just as solid as any man I know. Get to know him. Take your time when you do, because he'll take his time when he gets to know you too. And if there's anything that I know that he can do for you, he can. He can. Much love to Mr. Boss Blake. Thank you for being here. Always here to support. Like I do the same thing on his channel too. And that's what content creators should be doing. It's just part of my message on this YouTube thing. content creators should be supportive, not obstructive. Yet we have a whole lot of nonsense going on with a particular case that has more obstruction in it than supportiveness. And it boggles the mind. Mine anyway. But I've been good. You know me. I don't come on here complaining. But when it's time to say something, you make time for it. And tonight, I'm making time for it. Tracy Wendover, thank you for being here. Marley 13, where have you been? I miss you. But it's good to see you. Much love to you. Marley 13 has been an avid supporter of my channel and solid from day one. I thank you, Marley. Thank you so much. The gifts that you share with me offline, whether they be emails or little donations, I truly appreciate your love. Thank you for letting me know that there's something about what I'm doing is okay with you. Thank you. See who else we got in the building. We got Sheila Kelly in the building. Most channels will not acknowledge your comment. If you're a member or creator, you typically get acknowledged. But some people can't join as you're absolutely right. Sheila, thank you for saying that. I kind of came across that same experience myself. Yep, another Maria. Much love to you. Thank you. Just rolling with it. I've seen you in a number of chat rooms. Thank you for being here. And I think that the message that I'm going to deliver here tonight is going to resound a little bit. I don't know, maybe a whole lot. Maybe it should, because it needs to stop. Really does. It confuses a lot of people, and it messes with people's minds. And you shouldn't be doing that on YouTube. Anyway, let me continue. FAAFO, Okie 420, Mama. Preach, John Q. I've waited to hear this for a year. Okay. I'm going to bring it out. I've been watching it. See, the thing about what you watch is, something that you learn. And our children learn the same thing. Let me go back over that one more time. If you're on YouTube and you are a parent, your children know what you're doing. Pink Phoenix, welcome. Leanne Ferguson, my love, good to see you. Welcome. Jennifer Marie, I love you too. Jennifer's always been here, solid. Always supporting Miss Q, always supporting Boss Blake, always supporting the people that I support. I wonder why. They support good content creators. And we appreciate that. 9mm is in the house with Sweet Melissa, who decided to join us. Sweet Melissa, hello to you and welcome. Gail Thornberry. My girl Gail is in the house. I hear you some stuff out on YouTube streets is not cool. I agree. Okay. You heard some stuff on the YouTube streets that are not cool. Well, Gail, you know where to come to. Because if you heard something, I know you're about to roll it out. But it's good to see you. Thank you for being here. Nene Knows is in the house. Miss Nene, welcome. Dream Big is in the house. We always try to dream big here. When I first started my channel, I wasn't dreaming anything about YouTube, but it takes time to unfold a thought about what you can do on YouTube. And mine unfolded with the Kanika Jenkins case back in 2017. 19-year-old lost her life, Rosemont, Illinois, Crown Plaza Hotel, going to someone else's birthday party. Unbeknownst to them, several or more hours later, they would end up dead in a commercialized industrial kitchen freezer. Not to go home that night, but everybody else did. The story unfolded. It caught my attention, and I wanted to know what happened to that child, someone else's child. And hence, my quest for being on YouTube began. D Love is in the house. Welcome. Thank you. Tanya M. Miss Tanya M. is in the house. Much love to you. Welcome. Tanya M. and D Love, let me tell you, solid supporters of this channel. Welcome. And it's good to see all of you here tonight. Gail Thornberry, I got much love for you. She stuck with Classic and Sincere and traveled all around every single channel to find out what she could about who knows what about what happened to Classic and Sincere. The two toddlers lost their life. California City, California. Y'all heard of them. That case is going to unfold next month on the 25th. To give you an update, July 25th is when trial starts for Jacqueline and Trezell West. Thank God. Let's get to it and let's get through it. Truth-seeking Granny, how are you? I pray all is well. Yes, all is well. Thank you very much. Mr. John Q, hello. Thank you for letting me join. Thank you for being here. Truth-seeking Granny. I got Jennifer Marie up in here. I got 9mm up in here. Mivita Loca up in here. Tanya M in here. Marley 13 up in here. Carrie Lawson up in here. Dream Big up in here. Where the Wind Blows up in here. Pink Phoenix up in here. Mr. Boss Blake up in here. RJ is up in here. And I'm falling behind on the chat. And one of my premier moderators, Miss Aquahoma, is up in here tonight in blue. She is highly respected. She doesn't play games. And she has been one of my top supporters of my channel, bringing John Q to you. So if there's anybody you should be pointing a finger at for saying, why does John Q go live? Well, just take a look at my moderators. They make sure we stay solid on this channel. They make sure no nonsense, no drama, nothing that they know I am not going to condone at all doesn't happen in my chat. Solid. Much love to you, Miss Aquahoma. And also being a primary top supporter of my channel. I am so grateful to have caring, loving, supportive, and very strong moderators handling the content that I put out on my channel. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Miss Leslie B is another moderator that has been solid on my channel. I name drop on my channel. And if you want to come back for me, I am all here. You got something? Let's get it. Let's go. You don't have anything? I'm already doing my thing. If you don't have my attention, it means you don't have anything to begin with. But thank you to the two primary top moderators I have here next to Rainbow. And I know who Rainbow is on my channel. I know I'm taking a little time getting down. I think I'm there. I think I've covered just a few. When I started my YouTube channel on the Kanika Jenkins case, I wanted to know what happened. When I did it for the Cash Gernon case, I wanted to know what happened. Daniel Robinson, I wanted to know what happened. All of the cases that my channel has on its playlist, John Q wants to know what happened. And it's important because each of those cases, along with Summer Wells, needs to be identified for us all, needs to be understood so that we are vigilant, especially if we are parents. Especially if we are parents on YouTube covering someone else's case. Now I'm going to get dirty. It took me some time, but I'm here. What I have seen over the last year regarding Summer Wells, that case, I thought that Classic and Sincere's case was rough. I thought that case was rough, and yet that case is a year old too, well over a year. Daniel Robinson's case is a year as well, coming the 23rd of this month, missing out of Buckeye, Arizona, where his father, David Robinson, still remains looking for his son. Today, right now. And he is seeking the same help just like in the Summer Wells case. Just like in the Uvalde's case, people are looking for some serious help there. Just like in the Vertus Morgan Jr. case, that family is looking for help. And just like in the case that Mr. Boss Blake and I just got finished covering just yesterday, and on his channel previous to that, concerning the Jermaine Covington case, people are looking for help. The saddest thing that I've seen over this last year pertaining to just a few of these cases is that these people are reaching out to folks on social media to try to get their message, their story out on social media, trusting the content creator to bring their story abroad and maybe help them to move some kind of way in a positive direction. What do they get? They get no attention on a lot of the cases, and I can name them because I just did. And then they get a whole lot more attention on one case for a year and get stuck. And I say that's bullshit. Because I covered that same case here on my channel and had enough time to cover other cases as well. So my message out here tonight is, why are you stuck on one when there are many that are asking for the same help? And you're a content creator on YouTube, supposedly looking for justice for everyone. Oh, shit. We got a problem. We got a problem. We got a major problem. And y'all feel where I'm coming from. Because it doesn't make sense. Doesn't make sense. There are many content creators out there I give my hearts to, because they not only covered good cases, go deep, lay it out all the way across the table and give their hearts to it. They have enough time. They all have enough time to get to other cases that are important. Levi D is one of them. Nana on her page is another. Miss Shay on her page is another. Sage Sleuth is another. Miss Chasing Justice, Chasing Truth, Miss Chasing Truth. One of the major ones out there, and you know who I'm talking about, is another. They take time as a content creator not to get stuck on one case. How is it possible for other people to get stuck on one case only, go live 2 and 3 times a day, cut 4 and 5 videos in that same time period, and end up going and doing the same thing the next day, day after day, week after week, month after month, for a whole year, and say nothing more than what anybody else knows? How? I don't know. The math is different there. I know you see it, because I damn sure do. I know you see it. Double Rainbows, thank you for being here. There's my other moderator. Much love to you. I was just mentioning you earlier, along with Miss Leslie B., Miss Aquahoma, Miss Anna, who I just heard recently from just yesterday after she saw my last live with Mr. Bossman Blake regarding the Jermaine Covington case out of New Jersey. I covered the Buffalo, New York case along with Mr. Bossman Blake and several other content creators. The Texas Valdez case, the school shooting, along with other content creators. So I'm going, why don't I see some kind of, balance across the board? And it's just one case that everybody's stuck on, and I don't get it. And it's sad because that's the most injustice, disservice that people can do. You're not about anything but one case. Yet I can see other content creators, RJ is another one, will cover different cases and still have time for a case that has taken some time. Mr. Bossman Blake, same thing. Didn't get stuck. Stayed on course and brings you the cases that are most important. And still today can give you an update as to whether a case has moved or not. And to see what's happening on YouTube between content creators and one case is bullshit. It's flat out, solid, stinking ass bullshit. And if it's all for making super chats and stickers and something, you have revealed your ass in a game of poker that you're about to lose. Because the Joker, ace is wild, deuce is wild is on the table. And that's a sad part. That's a downside. Yet this little one has not been found. Nothing has changed. Everything is above board and on the table. And it is. So what is there to talk about? Jody Sue? Or her husband? Or Hunter? Or Allie? Or Donald? Or Candace? Or anybody else in that case? Yet on and on and on and on and on. I say, wow. Families are missing loved ones just like the Wells case is, and yet nobody else cares. Why is that? Then all you have to do is take a look at the chat, and then you see these colors go up. These different colors that start to shine up in the chat. They're red, they're orange, some are yellow, some are pink. They got numbers attached to them. People hooking up memberships to them. Now, I have always said, if you're getting good information, folks, and it's solid and it's up to date and the case is moving, yes, support that channel, most certainly. And it's legit because no one can refute it. Absolutely. I support channels in a super chat or a sticker. I don't do memberships because we don't know each other. but we do on YouTube, if you know what I mean. If I've known you long enough, like Mr. Boss Blake, I'll send you a Cash App direct. And if they take like 25 cents, 50 cents, or something like that, I'm good with that. As long as you're good with that, as long as I know you got the full, you know I support you. That's where I go. Miss Lady Love, I've done the same thing. I've done it on a lot of different channels. That's why you don't see too much of John Q on Super Chat and stickers and members and all this other stuff. Because I'd rather give you what you need to support your channel directly. And like the folks and the supporters that I mentioned earlier in the live, that's exactly what they decided to do. John is not monetized. Oh my God. I mean, how do we keep this guy? Because if he loses interest, well, then we got the other channels to deal with. And so there will be some supporters that will hold you and protect you and to keep you. And like Miss Aquahoma, Miss Leslie B, Miss Anna, Marley 13, and a host of a few. They keep me solid right here, delivering what I'm here to do voluntarily. Follow these stories, get to the truth, and deliver it. And if there's any help that I can give, I can offer, along with the team that is now I'm associated with, you better believe that's where I'm at. For most of the other folks, I have no words for, actually. Nothing really to say because a lot of them leave me speechless. That's why I have nothing to say. But one thing for sure, and it's guaranteed, the work that we do here is solid. It's vetted to the best of our ability, and we deliver it in a timely fashion that hopefully we can make a difference. We can help. That's what this is about. I mean, my channel anyway. Every other content creators have their own thoughts, their own motive, their own agenda, if you want to call it. But here, at least you know, because I told you. I told you. If you deem it to be true, guess what you'll do? You'll come back and know the truth. When I did the Sincere and Classic case, that's a solid case. Now it's in court. Yes. When Mr. Boss Blake did the Ahmaud Arbery case on his channel, it's a solid case. He followed it. Ended up in court. That case got justice. Solid. The George Floyd case. All these cases. Gabby Petito. But yet there was just this one case that was just booming across YouTube. And still to this day, you have to try to wrap your head around why. Why? And as the days went on and the weeks went on and the months went on, now we are here a year later on that one case. It blows my mind to see what has happened to it. Yet, law enforcement, TBI, Sheriff's Department, FBI, all these professional legal people still today tell us the same thing they told us day one. So, what's changed? The case hasn't changed, folks. You know what's changed? The people following it. That's what's changed. And it's self evident because all you have to do is go to their channel and see the self evidence of how they changed. The Summer Wells case has not changed since day one as it is and as it has appeared to this day. Now, what has changed are the people that have been covering the Summer Wells case and their ideas and their opinions and their viewpoints, their perspective that they can give you. That's fine too. But attacking another channel holder or creator about it, I would say breaks more of a YouTube law from following that content creator than anything else. Because if you see that, you need to start making decisions for yourself. If you hear children in the background while a content creator is providing this hypothetical story-like situation and all this other drama, gossip, and bullshit, while another child is in the background, you need to change the channel because they have no regard for their own children. They don't. They have more regard for the computer terminal and the StreamYard or the Melon or whatever application that they're utilizing on YouTube to deliver their live than they do children that should not be up after 12 midnight at night, regardless on how old they are. Now, I am giving you my perspective and my opinion, and I'm sure that in the back of your mind, while you may have been listening to certain content creators on YouTube with children in the background, you said the same damn thing yourself. What are they doing up at 2 a.m., 3 a.m., 4 a.m., 5 o'clock in the morning? You still have what, kids, grandkids, what? And you're talking about this particular case and in the way that you're talking about it and other content creators at the same time? Holy shit. Then you ask yourself, what am I listening to? What am I really listening to? What's up? It blows my mind. It blows my mind. I've said, believe on the last couple of lives, I believe, YouTube is no place for kids. Okay? You're not above 18. You're still going to school. You still live in a house. You still have to follow parents' rules and all the old school shit that still works. Your ass is in your room, in bed, on time, because it's time to get up, your ass is up, and you're out. Get your education, because that is the element of everything pertaining to survival that you need to know. Hence, that's where you should be. Not behind me in the kitchen, in the next room, playing games or anything else that is a distraction because I'm not giving you the proper attention you're requesting that I give you right now. Can't you see I'm live? That kind of shit cuts a parent in half. They got no excuse, because later on, when they're past the age of 18 or 21, guess what they're going to do? Since you were on YouTube and they want to start a channel, they'll go back to your channel to see how you started and see all the bullshit you put out there. Yet they were the same ones living with you in the same household, subjected to the same shit. We can talk about some deep stuff. I can get into it too. I'm just getting warmed up. Because a lot of the children today in these households need that attention. Hence, the reason why stories like this come to our attention is the fact that they're not getting attention. Attention enough to save their lives. They're losing their lives. Mommy and daddy are not in the same room. Mommy and daddy are not in the same house. The family unit is not as it once was years ago. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Now we have some kind of 21st century family unit that's dispersed, dysfunctional, broken, disparate, and everything else. In every way, shape, or form. And there are kids living present in the household. And the last damn thing you need is to have some idiot that hears your kid on YouTube thinking that they're having an episode called CPS on you for a false fucking report. All because we're on YouTube to try to mess you up. Think about it. How smart is that? But yet there are YouTubers doing that. Unfortunately. Sadly. But yet at the same time they're doing it, they're also teaching their kids in the background the same damn thing. Same damn thing. They pretend they're not listening, but they are. They pretend they're busy, but they aren't. When they turn 18, 21, they'll tell you all about it. Monkey see, monkey do. What you do to others, I'll do to you. And that's the mentality we have on YouTube, unfortunately, with most content creators. You know who they are. You've been to their channels. I'm not telling you anything new. John Q, where's the update? You said you had case updates. Well, I'm giving you it to you right now. because you have to encompass everything that's happened throughout the whole. You just can't deliver it in little bits and pieces and say, oh, yeah, can't talk about that, but we can talk about this. Can't go there, but we can go here. Never mind me, it's about you. No, bullshit. It's flat out. You know who I'm talking about. They know who I'm talking about. Maybe they need to slow down and think, because YouTube has got people going crazy for money. Shit. That's what they need. That's what they need. But oh, damn. 2 and 3, 4 times a day, plus quick clips. Oh, man. Because it's an income stream, folks. It's an income stream. There are certain content creators out here that are specific and very direct as to the reason why they're on YouTube, and they're just stuck on one story. It is an income stream, period. They also have the power to shut the monetization off that particular live too. I mean, it's in the studio, but they never do. And then they get caught up in all the different stories that comes out of it, because all it takes is one person to say one thing wrong and everything goes to the left. Seen it happen with the bulletin boards in the Summer Wells case. We've seen it happen with the marathon in the Summer Wells case. We've seen it happen concerning the reward fund, even in the Classic and Sincere case. How the Cash Gernon case went sideways. We see it now more prevalent than ever before. And it's ridiculous to hear those kinds of stories. And then you hear, oh, yeah, there was a YouTube or YouTubers that were behind. Oh, shit. Makes a bad name for us all trying to get out these important stories, don't you think? I'm sure you have. I'm sure you have. And it is sad, Tanya. It is. And I'm reading your comments as you go down. I may not be repeating them right behind, but I'm following the flow of the chat at the same time. It is. And I said, something, after a year, I got to unbuckle my belt a little bit more and kind of put out there what people are watching. Those channel content creators that I mentioned on my channel, you may not even like. You may not even like. I mention them because of the casework that I know that they have done on a particular case that I'm following. And I find what they're doing valid. That's all I put out there. That's why I mention it. Now, if they fuck up, guess what? It's not on me. It's on them. Because then you're not going to come back and say, oh, well, you recommended so-and-so and so-and-so's channel, but they weren't nothing but a waste of time. That's your decision, and that is your intelligence telling you, don't waste your time. I get it. Boom. And that's the way it's supposed to be. It's not up to me or any other content creator channel out there to tell you how to think. It's up to you to do it. Once you do, you got to stick and stay. once you do. But I wanted to, it sounds like a little bit of a rant, but I don't do it much. I don't do it often either. But that's what I've seen over the course of the Summer Wells case. And it's unfortunate that I've always believed that we can work together as a team, as a unit, as a community, trying to help a case get some kind of justice. And wherever the chips may fall, whatever happens, we get to the truth. We get to know what happened to Summer. We get to know if justice is going to be served in a court of law pertaining to culprits that were involved in what happened to her. That's it. That's it. Since we have a legal update as of yesterday, the day before, during the vigil, why go any further with Summer Wells pertaining to this case? There are other families and other children and other cases you can be looking at, is my message to content creators out there in this community. Period. Be of value to that cause, not a detriment because your pockets are empty. And I know they heard what I said because I'll say it again if I need to, but that's just about as clear, just like the sun in broad daylight on a day of spring like it is now, or when the sun sets in the same season. Jennifer Nobles, much love to you. Covering the classic and sincere case. If John Q goes live and he's talking like this, yo, he's outside of casework to some degree. He's laying down something. And there are not going to be a lot of people that like what I got to say. Guess what? I'm fine. I'm good with it because I'll get to see if you got the message or not. Isn't the truth the most beautiful thing that you can find out? You can get to see if they got the message or not. You can get to see those things that I just mentioned previously before about the character and the presentation on the channels and the evidence thereof that's plastered on their channels. Then you can decide. Then you can decide. Everyone is jockeying for channel views. And when it comes to the Summer Well case, oh my God, it's all over the place. I was on live with Mr. Boss Blake. Give you an example. We were covering the Jermaine Covington case. Y'all was with me. Some of you here, a lot of you here, was here for that live. Mr. Boss Blake had that same content on his channel. And we're covering this case in a series, just like we did the Daniel Robinson case, right? Notification after notification after notification during the same live. I could label it at 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 o'clock at night. But it just seems like when I go live to present these new cases that need attention, everybody else goes lives with the old, good old 1 year now later Summer Wells case to pull some are well audiences away from the new cases. And I'm telling you like it is. It's sad. I know who's doing it. I do know who's doing it because they pop up all the time. I'm subscribed to those folks, but I know who's doing it at the same time. You got to run the YouTube streets. You got to know both ends of YouTube. That which goes public and that which comes private to you. And it's sad. Jockeying for an audience just to listen to because John Q is live with something else you're not even interested in. And that's the sad part, but yet it tells me more the truth than meets the eye. And it will begin to tell a lot of the truth to a lot of folks because they see it too. They see the same thing too. I go live and 5 other people can go live at the same time. No, don't scratch your head out of curiosity. It's all in a mix. That's why if Boss Blake goes live, I don't. Because we have a solid respect for each other. If Miss Q goes live, boom, we don't. Because we have a solid respect for her. RJ goes live, boom, we don't. Because we have a solid respect for him. And so on and so on and so on. And I think that's how content creators should commingle and cohabitate within the community in which they serve. If they're serving, I don't know, if they're serving the community correctly. It just makes sense. I don't know. Does it make sense? Does it make sense? I mean, type of one in the room. If it doesn't make sense, let us stay just the way we are and continue to fuck each other up. Just the way we've been doing. Oh, content creators should come together. They'll never come together. 100%? No. No way. They're too different. One doesn't like the other because of their nose or their lips or their hair or the avatar, the background. They keep fading in, fading out. The Wi-Fi connection's bad. All kinds of shit. All kinds of shit. I mean, I know you see it because I do. I do. I do. I mean, straight up. Straight up. But let me tone down a little bit. I want to get to my message. I wanted to bring that out because that is a part of the message that we have to continuously be aware of. We have to. And we see this kind of activity between folks that don't even know each other, never seen each other, stepped into each other's homes, or ever touched the skin in terms of shaking hands or giving a hug to each other. And we see this kind of activity happening behind the scenes on a computer. And we really have to judge the validity of the message in some way, shape, or form. We have to. We have to. That's how we do it on YouTube. That's how it's done on YouTube. But you should never, ever be subjected to information that should ever enter your ears of a one person hurting another person because they're content creators over a case story regarding a missing child. Ever. Are we talking about the missing child, or are we talking about your beef with somebody else? Hence the point of my message. All right, so I had to shake that off, folks. Thank you for allowing me that time to do so. It's important because we have to keep, up to date, keep it current. This stuff is absolutely breathtaking. Right, D Love? How do you have a beef with a stranger you never met? Never broke bread with? Hence, we have a lot of them. And we got a lot of them with children in the background. And we have a lot of disciplinary action going on verbally between the content creator and their own kids in the background because they're live. That should never be. That's my point of view, my perspective, and my opinion. You should never have your kids in the background talking about a mature subject, such as a missing child or a murder situation that you need some very private time to cover information that is really not necessary or unsuitable for children to listen to at all. At all. I don't care if they're 14, 15, 16 years old. They shouldn't be in the same room with you discussing these nasty, foul, abusive, derogative cases on YouTube. Ever. Because you're making an extension of yourself to them at all times. A parent is no more than an extension of the child, and the child thereof is no more than an extension of the parent in present time. Be careful what you allow them to listen to, because they're listening to you. Always. If you want them to listen to you, don't do that. Don't do that typical double standard. Do as I say, not as I do. Double standard. It won't work, because children are smarter than that. You know where I'm coming from. You know where I'm coming from. Anyway, updates. If you're ready for them, type 1 so we can proceed. Help me out. Type a 1. Okay. I feel better. I had to give you that part because to give you the other part, like I've always given it, is one side. But if you don't feel in some way, shape, or form that John Q is kind of feeling the other side and never mentions it, never brings it up, and how real is this guy? Know what I mean? Yeah, I feel it too. But when we're talking about work, it's work. Now I can lay back a little bit, and now I can talk about the other thing with you, because that's a part of me I'm here to share just as well. I don't do it all the time, though, like most other content creators do. They're on every day doing it, and it's sad because perspective based upon why they came on to begin with is lost. They don't know it though. Give them a little time. Maybe two brain cells will rub together and kind of get the chemistry going back into the system. After whatever the hell they had gets clear from this system, they'll wake up and say, oh shit, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have said that. Maybe I should take it back tonight in a live. Yeah, I'll go live at about 6 or 7 and kind of like walk myself going backwards and kind of clean it up a little bit because I went too far forward last night. I wasn't thinking too well. Give me that bullshit. Oh my goodness. Yes. At It Again Media is in the house. At It Again Media. In the description box under this video and all previous videos, get my email address and send me an email. Just say hello and we will dialogue. I told you in my last live I wanted to reach out to you to say hello, see how you're doing, and if we could do something, because I know you're doing some great things on your channel. Yeah, that's how it is. So to get the updates, let's go to work. That is what we should be talking about all the time. The stories that are in our hearts, solid. Not about each other, but these stories that need our attention as content creators. We can do so much as a community to give these stories out as we can get them and deliver them and to know about them and to learn what's going on in our society far more than me talking about anybody else in this chat room. I think I made my point. It's relatively simple. It's real simple. It's easy. It all depends on what you're truly giving your attention to. And I want to thank Mr. Boss Blake, my brother, for being a real solid brother that gives his attention to nothing but the story. All the side issues and bullshit doesn't play a part in his quest for having his channel. I found that out about Miss Q. I found that out about At It Again Media. I found that out about a number of content creators that I've already name dropped. You know, if it's Justice for All on his channel or Mr. and Mrs. Share on their channel, any of the content that I have delivered pertaining to any of the cases that I've covered on my channel, pertaining to other content creators on their channel, I don't mind name dropping because they're following the story. When they, when some of them, not all of them, when some of them get entangled in other stuff that has nothing to do with the attention that they gave to the actual original content that they were putting out, guess what? I'll fall back. I always do, because I don't get involved in the stuff. It's about the case. It's about these children. It's about these families. It's about justice. It's about getting something done, nothing else. That's where I live. If you can respect that, like I know every single content creator that I've mentioned on my channel, that I've had on my panel, you know where I live. Because it's the only thing that I know to deliver. And guess what? They do too. They do too. John Q is not about the drama. He just doesn't have it. He doesn't deal with it. He doesn't give his attention to it. He is strictly on case. And they appreciate that about me. And hence, I've got to give that over to the mods that hold my channel down. Because if it wasn't for Miss Aquahoma, if it wasn't for Miss Leslie B, Miss Anna, Marley 13, or any other supporter of my channel, Levi D has made support of this channel. A number of other content creators. I mean, there's so many in my head. Like I said, I can go to channel to channel to channel, and everybody knows who John Q is. I'm waiting for them to show up on my channel so I can shout them out for doing so. If they do work well done, why not shout them out? Why not support them and make it known and bold? Because I do. Oh, you should demand. I don't like so and so, and I don't give a shit. You're missing the point. You're missing the point. I'm sorry if I wasn't entertaining enough. I didn't tell too many jokes or whatever that you're used to. I'm not going to apologize for that. If you understand the work that I'm here to do, no apologies necessary. And that's how solid we have to keep a, at least this channel. As long as I'm here, this is the way I'm going to be. You like me? Great. I don't see anything negative about anything showing up on my channel after my lives are done. It's all positive. The numbers are growing thanks to you. And I have to give that to every single one of you for making this channel just the way it is. It just lets me know that people have decided on their extra time, spare time, critical time, their time, me time, so to speak, that they've spent their time wisely. And I'm glad I spent my time with other content creators that have been a part of my channel on this channel as well. It's a hard job as a content creator to filter out all this stuff. But let me tell you something. After the Kanika Jenkins case, which was a rough one, and then the Orson and Orrin Wells, the Classic and Sincere's case, the West case, it's another rough one. Then you get to Summer Wells. Oh my God, that was a turnover. And it can be hard. Miss Liplock No More, solid. Chasing Truth, solid. Scott H, solid. I'm going to continue to drop names because these are the folks that I've had on my channel. And a lot of you know who they are. And you know what I'm talking about. You do. So why waste time? Why waste time on information that hasn't moved on some other topic other than the case itself? I appreciate all the content creators that I've mentioned. Mr. RJ is a growing channel. He's a young channel. He's just starting to get his roots in the ground. And I've had him on my channel as well as Chloe Rivera in our last live. Still young channels. Miss At It Again Media, still young channels, growing their channel on solid content and not the bullshit, because we all know what the bullshit is. And if you know, don't waste your time. And if you have children, please don't waste your time. Close the goddamn computer, shut it off, spend 2 hours, 3 hours with them in a park, taking them out to, Chuck E. Cheese or just someplace. Let them know that you love them. Let them know that you're there for them, because you only get one shot. And it's called now. Yesterday is gone and tomorrow is not promised. All you got is this moment right now. The sound of my voice is your now, right now, to get this message. I'm only putting it out once. But I'll sprinkle this message along the lives that I do, as I've done. I want to thank every single one of you for kind of checking in with me and hanging out with me a little bit. Let's see what we got. Yeah, we're not competing. That's right. In reality, we're not. Other people that kind of get the idea that we are, it's the wrong attitude. When you're covering an important case, whatever it is, but let it be something to your heart Let it be something that you also, too, that you don't get stuck on, because there are other cases that need your voice to get the message out. Why aren't you covering Daniel Robinson's case? I'm going to do that. I'm in the midst of doing that, in the process of doing that, and you'll see an update. I'm very glad that David Robinson trusted John Q and Miss Q and Mr. Boss Blake and those that were a part of that panel conversation to come back to give us updates. There's an open door policy on John Q's channel. Come back, give us updates. And we have that coming up. We do. We got a lot going on in that department. This case that was recently posted by Mr. Boss Blake. I can bring it up real quick. On his channel, did a very important case, equal to a previous case that we talked about. And that's this case. If you haven't heard of it, now you have. This is a very important case of a 41-year-old male who lost his life in police custody. They deemed it a suicide, and we're digging through the facts right now. We're finding some very, very disturbing findings, and that's the mysterious death of Mr. Jermaine Covington. His son, Najee, and he has a wife who's been a part of the last lives that we have done. We've done part 1 on Mr. Boss Blake's channel, part 2 on my channel. We're going back to Mr. Boss Blake's channel on Sunday night at 6 p.m. We're getting into the guts of the case. We're going to be talking about not only a discussion of the police reports, we're going to be getting into the autopsy, toxicology, and a whole lot more in reference to Mr. Covington's wife looking for justice. In this particular case, we found certain elements here that do not match. Red flags all over the place. And we're starting to delineate a lot of things as to how to approach this case from a civil point of view for Mr. Jermaine Covington's wife. Being of assistance as content creators on YouTube, rather than being in opposition, because opposing stories don't match. I don't like the way your hair color is. You don't show up good when you go live. Your background sucks, your intro sucks. All these little tick for tack personality kind of things on YouTube. That right in front of you is the attention regarding what content creators should be focusing on only. The story, nothing else. The news doesn't do it, but yet they do, from time to time, go between a Fox or an MSNBC or an NBC or a CBS or an ABC or whatever alphabet you want to call. They do try to cut each other during the course of their reporting. They reported it wrong. They didn't have this information. They were misinformed. all this other shit. Just for what? The same thing that YouTubers do on YouTube. Views. Views. Because viewership brings revenue, especially a monetized channel. If you do it for the right reasons, yes, support that channel. I've always said that. But when it goes sideways and personalities and all little sticky little things that have nothing to do with the story that you brought up to begin with, yo, hang on to your money, people. Hang on to your money. Let's get back to the story. And a lot of people, I know they want to say that in the chat. Can we get back to topic? And for most, it's hard because the feelings are on the sleeve. And I've always told you, always have said this because I've learned this from my father. Never wear your feelings on your sleeve because you let everyone know what you're thinking, hence what you're doing. You can't get it any clearer than that. And with a story like this, and I am very, very happy and very glad that Mr. Boss Blake has called me up and asked me to take a look at the story right next to him. Values my observation and my perspective on these stories because we've both covered the Kanika Jenkins case that took place back in 2017. His cases on his channel that he's covered, my cases on my channel that I've covered. He's been here and in this chat room right now for you to say otherwise. But you can't put your finger on that because you know he's been here. It's the same person that has helped me to grow my channel here with all of the intros and outros that I have on my channel. I'm very blessed with Mr. Boss Blake for doing that. I'm very blessed by his team of folks that on his channel love my channel and vice versa. That's what content creators should be doing. I'm glad that I have heard acknowledgement from other content creators about John Q on their channel and vice versa, because I'll name drop them on mine. When it comes to a case like this, I encourage content creators to take a look at the mysterious death of Jermaine Covington. This family needs help. This man lost his life in regards to a police report that said he committed suicide in the police precinct that he was in custody of. How did he get in custody? The story unfolds. Please follow this story because the next time you'll see it will be on Mr. Boss Blake's channel on Sunday at 6 p.m. along with myself, and perhaps he will have some very special people show up and fill in a lot of what we're looking for. We're looking to help this family get justice. This wife lost a husband, and he lost the family. No questions are answered. No one wants to give details to anything. She wants to know why. And you know something? So does his son. They deserve it. And authorities are not giving it. It's a powerful, very powerful story. And I'm once again grateful and honored to join Mr. Boss Blake in covering this story as well as the Daniel Robinson story that I've been covering with Miss Q, as well as the Summer Wells story that is obviously continuing from this point on, as well as Classic and Sincere's case out of California, Buffalo, New York's case, just as well as Texas, Uvalde, Texas case. And we're following those stories carefully as to the developments as to what occurs there. So there's multiple stories going on. How do we do it? I can't say I can do this by myself. Oh, hell no. But what I can say is that I can do this with a team of content creators covering these stories on their channels. Hint, hint, hint. We can accomplish a whole lot more together than we can do apart. Miss Obsidian. Oh, Lord. Yeah, you over there smiling behind that computer? I see you. Thank you for joining. I know you're in here earlier. I take a glance down at the chat whenever I can, but the message tonight is what I've given, but this is an important story. We'll be covering this story as it unfolds, so you don't want to miss Sunday night, 6 p.m., Mr. Boss Blake's channel. If one of my moderators can drop his link in the channel right now and keep dropping his link, you need to follow this one. This one most certainly needs justice. It does. Next month, on July 25th, we got a court date coming up. And the court date pertains to Jacqueline and Trezell West. Now, they had a court date scheduled for May 23rd. It was a motion for a continuance for 60 days based upon additional information that the defense attorneys needed, and the judge granted them a continuance up until next month, the 25th. This case is in motion. And as we've seen, as much as we can obtain from the perspective of them being charged in second-degree murder, as well as child abuse, and as well as filing a false police report, there are additional charges that have been made. In addition to the murder charge that they have, but it sounds more to the fact that this additional charge in this particular case goes to a third party outside of Jacqueline and Trezell. It's giving me that impression. So I'm giving you my perspective that there is an addition to this in some way, shape, or form that's about to come out. And I think during the deposition, as well as the press conference that was done by the district attorney's office to give us these details as to another or third parties or parties that were involved in compliance with this crime of the boys being deceased 3 months well before the 911 call occurred. Witnesses are going to be a major part of this case. California City Police Department, as well as the Bakersfield Police Department, as well as the district attorney from the grand jury indicting both Jacqueline and Trezell for these charges, has come up with additional new charges, not only being applied to them, but also it just sounds like there will be another person's name added to theirs in addition. Oh, we'll see. We'll see. But that court date is coming up. And the most important thing about following this particular case is that this particular case is well over a year. A lot of people, content creators, been out there stuck on this case for a little while. Not a lot, but a little while. Up until other cases flowed in and it started to die out a little bit. After the searches, after the movement from California City to Bakersfield showed up, after the updates. This case is not quiet. This case is in motion, going to trial. At least we got some to take a look at, because the district attorney that is going to prosecute this case, that has been given the green light from the grand jury based on the charges that were based on the information, circumstantial evidence, and direct evidence, was enough to indict them. So I know she's ready. So we got that to look forward to. Defense attorneys for both Jacqueline and Trezell West, they got an uphill climb in this case, because how do you defend against murder if there is circumstantial, both direct and circumstantial evidence that supports murder? It's hard. This is their fight. That's what they have to really have to deliver. And that's a hard climb. We'll see what happens. I wanted to give you that update just in case, if the other case that has been going now a year, just a couple of days past, has got your attention, that you may have forgotten this particular case. It's ongoing. It's ongoing. All right, so somebody sent me, Mr. Ball Blake said he's going to send me something right now. Okay. What other updates did I want to give you? Much love to everyone showing up tonight. My goodness. Y'all hanging out late. Y'all didn't expect me to come on, so you would be predominantly in, most likely, another channel. No big deal. I hope I'm not stealing you away from them. But I wanted to give you my side of the source of the story as I see it, from my perspective. We can accomplish a whole lot more together than we can separate and apart. We can be more of a complementary as a community together than we can be more so apart, because of personal preferences that says, you don't look good, you don't smell good, you don't you don't say this word right, and all this other imbecilic nonsense. I'll say it again, imbecilic nonsense. More so, do I want to say that? Let me see. Double check. No, I'll just keep it there. Imbecilic nonsense. Because of how one feels rather than what they know to be true. That's YouTube, folks. It's more how one feels than what they truly know to be true. That's what's being presented out there as a narrative. If I want to crush another content creator for what they're presenting on their channel, I got to tell you what? I got to tell you how I feel. I can't tell you what I know because I don't know shit. But I can tell you how I feel. And that's what we've been getting as content. To draw our attention away from the true facts of a story and a family and a child and a situation that needs our attention. I'm not the only one who feels this. I know that. I know that. So no need to convince me. But I wanted to bring it out and have it posted on my channel. Because if there's anyone who said that, at least John Q did. Straight up, on the top of the table, in your face, solid. And if he can say it, let's see how many other people can say it too. I know Cam and Allie from Cracking Cases. I love those guys for doing what they do. For the Summer Wells case. On top of it, they're not trying to joust and juggle for views and subscribers or anything. They're bringing it to you live in real time, as best as they can. As best as they can. Krama Mama on her channel, Gavel Geek on her channel. I've watched them. I've learned from them. Good stuff. Because now you go back and chop up the research information, and then you can see what they're talking about. Not just listen to it, you break it down. RJ on his channel just had a live just last night talking about Warriors Park regarding the Summer Wells case. I looked at the videos that he presented and the content in which he presented and the context in which he gave. And I'm looking, I'm turning the wheel. Because there's still a lot we don't know about Warriors Park that could have caused or been a contributing factor to what happened this summer on June 15th. I mean, that's where she went. We got a TikTok video that proves she was in the water. Not alone. I said, I'm sitting here scratching my head. I wonder if she went too deep, went too far, tripped over something in the water that she didn't see, and ingested some of that water into her system that may have caused her to get sick later. I mean, she's only 5 years old. And got sick enough to where the effects of whatever the hell was in the water affected her to deem her to a point of unconsciousness. because that's the last time we actually see her alive and moving and smiling and just being who Summer is. Be honest with you. Not unless there's another video out there I missed. Did I miss something? Yeah. And she deserves justice. If there's foul play in this, which we all feel there is, too many people have come out. Too many people have told stories of distraction and here to the right, here to the left. No, 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 no. It's underneath. No, no, no. It's really on top and taking us back and forth. And then content creators are going the same direction. You have your head going to the left, your head going to the right, your head dipping down, raising up, going back, coming forward, and now you want to try to tie that whole original narrative together with everything that's been said for a year. Good luck. Because none of us have figured it out, just like law enforcement. None of us. Absolutely none of us. So if none of us figured it out, what are we talking about? Oh, just the story. Oh, okay. Okay. So I know not to waste my time, because if law enforcement hasn't made a press conference about any new developments about the story, that's why I kick back. It frees me up to go to new stories, other people that need help, other stories that need to be exposed. I said, well, damn, I could see that. Why doesn't other content creators do that? Uh-oh. Did I say something? Oh shit. Don't say it too loud. You won't be able to put that in the chat room, because the next thing you know, your comment will be deleted. So I'm going to keep it real, like I said. That's what we do here. But I wanted to jump on tonight, just give you a couple of updates, say hello, and kind of tell you what I've been thinking. Kind of share with you after a year of looking at particular cases. The Daniel Robinson case is going to be 1 year on the 23rd of this month. Does anybody know that? We've been talking about it, but does anybody else know that? That his father, David Robinson, has been out in Buckeye, Arizona, looking for his son a year. A year. No, not a lot. But if I told you about Summer Wells, oh shit, look out. You can knock me down with all the information you know about it. But you can't knock me down about Daniel Robinson, can you? You cannot knock me down about a 4-year case that Mr. Boss Blake and I, Mr. RJ, and Miss Chloe Olvera just bit down on a good portion of it in the last live. In fact, you couldn't tell me anything about that case, could you? No. Where is Cash Gernon's case, by the way? How's that case developing? Does anybody know? Outside of Classic and Sincere, that I just got finished telling you about, does anybody know about Cash Gernon's case? Tell me something. Does anybody know about the Micaiah Bryant case, on how that's proceeded based on CPS charges that were placed against that the family had placed against them for the responsibility of that child's death by a police officer in Columbus, Ohio? No. Oh, shit. Let me see if I can find something else. Wait a minute. You see, and it all goes back to what you've been paying attention to the most, outside of all the little stories. Michael Vaughn, where's that case? Anybody can tell me? I know a couple of content creators that's been covering the case on their channel. They can tell me. Ah, you see? And I'm not pointing at any fingers at anyone. All I'm doing is just reminding you of something just temporarily right now. You may have forgotten, but you knew all along. That's all. These other stories are just as important as the mainstream stories on YouTube. And we have to begin to pay attention to those stories too. We have to tell content creators to cover these stories that are important to you. You are the audience. You bring these stories to us. There have been countless emails I've received from Aquahoma. I've received from Miss Anna. I've received from Leslie B. I mean, I can go on down the line. Can you cover this? Can you cover that? Can you cover this? Can you cover that? I'm like, oh, no, I'll see what I can do. I'll see what I can do. Can you send me some information? You're the ones who bring these stories to us for us to cover, to bring exposure to, at least the channels that you believe will do it. I'm so happy and glad that uh, you feel that I'm one of them. Because if I can't handle it, I'll talk to Boss Blake about it or Miss Q about it, and they'll cover a good portion of the story. We ended up with baby Mackenzie that way. And guess what? Miss Q got the information. She brought it to me. I went to her. I said, let's do a live. We did a couple of lives, more so on her channel than mine. That's called collaboration. One person can't do it right away because they're covering one story. The other person picks it up and then connects during the interim of covering that story. I don't know what Boss Blake's schedule is. I don't know what Miss Q's schedule is, RJ's schedule, any other content creator's schedule is out there. But I know if I send an email, they'll take the time to review the email and let me know. That's how good they are. That's how good the audiences have been sending the emails to begin with. And I thank you for doing so. I am not going to apologize for not being able to cover all the stories that I get in my email box. I can't apologize for it. If I can get to it, I will. But you know the kind of work we do in covering that case. We just don't talk about it, throw it out there like the news media does. And it's 4 or 5 minutes long, and then we get to the next story. We can't do that. We want to get down to the truth of the story. Where are the missing parts? How did things work? Who did what? When? Where? What time? Yeah, that way we understand things, because it would be the same questions we would ask if it were one of our own children. Not just 5 minutes. We don't do 5 minutes. I don't even know what the hell 5 minutes is. John Q knows 2 hours, 3 hours, 5 hours, 6 hours, shit like that. That's what John Q does. 5 minutes, I couldn't even tell you what that is. How do you define 5 minutes and know something? You see where I'm going? So, this live tonight, just jump on here and make you smile because I'm still here, still working. We got work to do on Sunday with Mr. Boss Blake concerning Jermaine Covington. And that's good work that's going to be laid out because we're getting into the guts of this case. We're going to turn some stomachs in this one. We don't talk about heads. We get to the guts. We turn stomachs. People can't sit still. Maybe they say something, huh? Maybe they say something. And if they say something, we'll know something. Yet we have to shake that loose too. Make sure that what we do know is vetted properly. No, you're very welcome, Miss Added Again Media. I know you have to go to sleep. Are you going to sleep on me? Yes, John, I have to go to sleep on you. Why? Why do you have to go to sleep now? Oh, because your voice is, when you modulate it down, it just makes me close my eyes. And then when you regulate it up, it wakes me up. Is that what it is? And now you over there smiling and laughing because I read your comment, huh? And that's fine. You got to rest because you're a content creator. I get it. When do content creators rest? What kind of sleep do we get? Ask the content creators that you're a part of, I guess, as subscribers. When do you sleep? How much rest do you get? You'd be surprised on their answer. Because you know what the answer is? They can't tell you. They can't tell you. Because the ones that keep showing up in your notifications on your phone while you are sleeping are not sleeping. So they can't really tell you. The only time that you can think about when they do sleep is when your phone is not going off with the notifications coming from the channel. That could be sometime in the morning when the sun is up. Children are off to school. Now they're out of school, but let's just say children are off to school. What do you think they're doing? Sleeping after being up all fucking night. Talking about nothing. Shooting the breeze and can't figure out whether they're coming or going. I'm bored. What do you want to talk about? Holy shit. Wait a minute. What'd you do? I'm bored. What do you want to talk about? Well, where's your partner? I don't have one. Where's your batteries? They ran out. Oh, shit. You came on YouTube? Yeah. I mean, wow. Couldn't you call someone? No. Why? Because nobody wants to talk to me. Oh, shit. I would get up to get something to eat, but I'm too tired. Yeah, those are some hard answers. I know. I'm being, mild and telling you that's what they want to tell you, but they can't. What have you been doing all night? Just vamping my page, changing my profile, adding this and adding that, reading cover stories just so that I can get up in the morning to talk about these stories that I still don't know about. But I can't tell you that. I know shit about these stories more so than you know shit about them. But it's just something to talk about because I'm bored. Uh-oh. I didn't say nothing, did I? I didn't say nothing, did I? Ah. You know, when you can see what it is, you know what it is. You know what time it is. And when you can see that, it's easy to just say what it is. I said what it is. Now you know what it is. Because that's how it be like. Because they can't tell you what it is. I mean, that's something that you don't do. At it again, media. Okay. Much love to you, dear. I'll catch you later, too. Don't forget to email me. Just send me a hello and I'll do the rest. Hello, John. Boop. I'll do the rest. We can talk there because we have to talk. Double rainbows. One of the hardest working mods I have on my platform. Used to have another name. I won't mention it because I like double rainbows better. But solid. If a link needs to be dropped, I don't need to say drop a link. If I do, then it's because of a special guest type of thing. That's how we welcome folks here. But other than that, I really don't have to do a lot of superior administrative moderating of my room because I've got great mods. Not only are they great mods, but obviously they really support the channel. And they show me that every single time I go live. Okay, damn, I didn't say too much, did I? Yes, John, you did. It was just enough to be said. Thank you very much. And Miss Obsidian, I love you. I know I haven't been over to your channel recently. You don't go live a lot, but I know you go live. And when you do, I'm either in motion, physical motion, or I'm in motion in dream state. And you go live in the wee hours of the morning sometimes. I'm like, oh shit, Obsidian was on? Damn, okay. I have to catch the replay a little bit and check your comments out and whatnot. But I'm just so glad that you got your own channel and you can get to it when you want to get to it. And the thing about Obsidian is that when she goes live, y'all better have your seatbelts on. Give her a topic, anyone, and she'll pull it out from A to Z better than the Britannica Encyclopedia and break it down for you real quick. It ain't going to take a week. But you better have your best brain cells working to follow her because she's deep. Very deep. And she can get past you quick. And if you miss it, then you damn sure gotta replay the live. So Obsidian, much love to you for being here tonight. You know, you could be on your channel doing your thing. And I appreciate, look at other content creators supporting other content creators is pretty much how I started this live tonight. Other subscribers supporting content creators that give good content, true content, solid content, not about other creators, but about the story at hand. That is the focus. And when they take their focus off the story and start reading, a little chat commentaries and get diffused from the story, distracted, taken away, that is your content creator. Please pay attention to them as well as what they talk about, because it's easy to see how easily distracted they become when they pay more attention to what the chat is about, more so than the topic that they came on live to talk to you about. Make sense? Oh, yeah, I know it does. I know it does. And that's where you can easily see why they're there to begin with. And if you start seeing rainbow colors enter their chat room, and it's got all these different numbers with little, you know, um, avatars dancing in the corner on one side, and a number saying that it's a this and it's a that, and I'm a new member, and all this other stuff, and they're not feeding you the right information, you're in the wrong goddamn place, doing the wrong freaking thing at the wrong time, getting the wrong result. No matter how long you stay up. And the majority of folks in the true crime community stay up all night. I think I've averaged anywhere between 300 to 500 people, give or take, between the hour, New York time, between the hours of 12 midnight and 9 a.m. in the morning. There is an average of about 300 to 500 people in this community that stay up all night. And they're either bouncing to, and no pun intended, because everybody's hours are different, right? They're either going to Ziggy's channel or they're going to Anita's channel. They're on different time clocks. Okay. Let me see. Who else is an all-nighter? Oh, damn. If somebody gets pissed off, they go live anyway, regardless on what time it is. But there are about 300 to 500 that float throughout the early hours of the morning into the beginning stages of the next day. Like I said, no negative intended to either content creator. It's just that people have different time clocks. That's all. If it's significant information, I get it. But when you're spending hours, damn, it's revealing that you have nothing else to do. That's my opinion. Like I said, no shade. I'm not throwing no shade. But it just says to me, you should be asleep. Notification going off at 2, 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. I wonder what's so important. Nothing. Nothing. I woke up and I was bored. It's like, oh shit. I got to go back to sleep. I'm sorry. I got to try this. So part of my message too is to just be careful. Um, give your brain a rest from this stuff. I do. If I get on live, damn, maybe once a week, once every 2 weeks, I'm good. If I have, I've always said, if I have something to say, I go live. And I've got content to present, I go live. If I don't have anything to say about a particular case, story, or content, guess what? John Q is with his family. John Q is spending quality time doing what John Q enjoys doing. Because John Q only has that one time to do it, like everybody else. M&M's, I called it. Memories and moments. Memories and moments. M&M's. Your investment in your M&M's will reveal to you where you've been all your life. Let it be where you want it to be rather than to be influenced by something else outside of you that you feel you've got no control over. Spend good quality time with your family. You only have now to do it. Not yesterday, and don't even wait for tomorrow. It's right now. If they're in the next room sleeping while you're listening to the sound of my voice, bless you. They are safe, they are solid. But guess what? If they wake up, I know you're getting off YouTube. Because if they need your attention, that's where you're going. That's where you're going to be. And like I said earlier in the live, it hurts me to hear that there are some parents, grandparents that have kids in the background trying to get their attention, and they're not giving them a damn bit of it only because they're live. And they're telling them to go in the next room. Can't you see I'm live? Don't bother me right now. Play with your toys. Talk to your friends. Go in the next room and play with your games and everything. I'll be finished right. Oh, shit. The fuck are you doing? I say get the hell off YouTube, tend to your kids, and when they do take a nap or go to sleep at night, cut 2 hours, maybe 2.5, 3 hours if you can do it, then do your thing quietly. Just like adult conversation doesn't involve kids, and kid conversations always involves adults. You need to know, you need to know. Other than that, you have to take care of that business. Your children don't need to know your business. They don't need to know everything. And so, hence, set up the circumstances for that to happen properly, privately, just like you do your relationships. Hey, my family doesn't need to know that I'm seeing so and so, or so and so, or seeing so and so, or so and so, or the guy downstairs, or the chick upstairs, or next door. Everybody's separate there. Oh, you do the same thing. Compartmentalization is a key factor in keeping your own sanity. Because if everybody knew your damn business, guess where you'd be? I'm just breaking it down real simple. You're just using just a different scientific method to do so, but that's how I am. That's how I think. Only because I'm looking at it just like you are. I know you see it because I damn sure see it. Back in the day, we didn't have the internet. Parents on live, kids getting around, groomed in the other room on yep. Who knew what the damn internet was? Or YouTube and all this other shit. Facebook. Oh my God, that's a dangerous thing. I'm on Facebook, but I don't even use Facebook. And the reason why is because it's no more, no less than a damn giant database of mugshots of people and their relatives and their friends and so on. It makes it easy for people to find out anything and everything about you based on commentary that are made on Facebook. Oh, wait a minute. Damn, that's too much. But that's how I look at Facebook. So I'm not a part of Facebook. YouTube is what I do on YouTube. The work that I've chosen to do on YouTube is what I presented. I'm comfortable with that. I'm secured with that. A lot of other content creators that I've mentioned on my channel are good with that based on that. Other than that, I don't bother them because they have their own lives to live, their own children to deal with, grandchildren, and so on. They have families. They have their own life outside of this stuff. The only thing that you can do on YouTube is express your opinion and report information based on your perspective and your opinion to other people. We can't prove shit. We can't prove shit. Nothing. We can expose it, help another person that we're not in contact with directly to a degree to think about that particular situation. And maybe, just maybe, that would be enough information to create causality, cause and effect, causality to give them what they need to make a move for themselves. I think you better check your oven since you told me 15 minutes ago you had food in it. Guess what you'll do? Oh, shit, that's right. I've been talking to you 15 minutes. Let me check the oven. That's causality. I remembered something you temporarily forgot. Other than that, I can't get to the food. You can. if that bites a nail. Leanne Ferguson said, "Hey, I learned to take naps on them. I get to work done in like 2 minutes and sleep on it for the rest of the class and then wake up." Okay. Okay. Well, and that's just being yourself. That's just being yourself. But to do this thing, do what we do as content creators. If I don't tell you from my perspective what I see outside of some of the casework that I've, come across, a number of the other content creators that I have connected with, what we've discussed, how we either balance each other or we don't, and share that with you, not on an everyday level, but once in a while, just a little checkup. little checklist. Let you know something. Also to share that information for you to be aware of. Because sometimes we can get so brain fogged into all the stuff that is on YouTube, we can't sleep. You can't eat right. You can't think right. You can't talk to people right off YouTube. You might daydream while you're driving, and that's not good. You don't want to do that. You want to be in your alert state, and YouTube should not have any interference in the brain cells that you have in your body that God gave to you to process, no matter how old you are, where you are in age, where you are in life, what you do for a living, or how you live. Most important thing is that you treat yourself good. Because when you do that, that's the only reason why you're here. Because when you do, you are. When you don't, you ain't. That's straight. That's straight. The best that you can be is right now. The most that you'll ever be is what you're thinking about. But you won't know until you get there. The only way you get there in your mind, the only way you feel you'll get there is later. And it shouldn't be later. It should be now. Always now, because that's where you live. Always. Always. So you got to make the best of now that you can. Because that's all we got, folks. Yesterday is gone, and we got a lot of experience about yesterday, and we can talk until we're blue in the face. Right now is the moment that we can really decide to do something better and feel better and be better. Tomorrow is a promise. Who knows? That can be taken away and taken back. So that's what I'll leave you with tonight. I want to thank every one of you for joining me for this little update, outrageous live, if you want to call it that. And I'm just touching base with you to let you know that there's some work being done on this channel that's about to come out. And for y'all to, separated yourselves from the other channels that you might be listening to, just to hear a little bit of something different, especially on this channel, I truly appreciate. I do. And for Oklahoma, I have to pause a minute and really give my humble appreciation to you for supporting this channel the way you do. You, Miss Leslie B, Miss Rainbow, Miss Anna, Marley 13, and a number of others, Mr. Boss Blake. I can go down a small little list, because it is a small list of folks that really hold this channel down. You do so, and you mean so every single time after the live. I don't know. And it brings me, I got to schedule this, and I got to get this going. You keep me going. You want me back, and I come back, and I come back, and I come back. And, I have to work around my schedule. And I miss you guys a lot. I want to interface with a lot of different content creators that are bubbling. They're young. They're upcoming. They're trying to figure out StreamYard, just like John Q did when he first got on live, and covering some of the major cases that made this channel what it is. Now we're almost 10,000. I think we're growing to. Let me see. Growing to 10,000 people. I'm like, how did the numbers switch? So I'm thinking, YouTube is doing that funny shit, with the numbers. So I really don't pay attention to it until I keep seeing the numbers, keep seeing the number, keep seeing the number. I'm like, okay, that didn't change. Is that right? No, it's right. So well over 9,000, growing to 10,000. I'm like, okay, what I do? Let's see, Kanika Jenkins, Cash Kernan, Classic and Sear. I covered this and I covered that. I had special lives with content creators. I made a few change ups here. Oh. Meanwhile, all the other drama channels have gone over 15, 20, 25, 30,000 people. And I'm going, oh, shit. Okay. But yet it says something. And I'm very comfortable. I've always said I am good being a small channel. Always felt good because you don't have a lot to deal with. And you can read a chat rather than 1,000, 15, 2,000, 3,000, 5,000 people up in the chat. And it's like, okay, I can't even read the chat. Oh, can you slow the chat down? If I can figure it out, yeah. And then you hope your comment gets read, if at all. Tracy says, I want John to read books. I do. Quality over quantity, yeah. Always, D-Love, always. And that's why I don't have 102 and 5,000 videos on my channel. It's easy to get to, and there's not a lot to get through. I try to keep it tight, keep it strong, and do the best I can. But it's the other content creators that help in that regard. I have to, say that much. They do. Because like me, they're not out to waste their time. They're not. The serious ones don't show up every day. Think about it just for a moment. The real serious content creators don't show up every day. I think I gave you a real good piece of information there. Serious content creators don't show up every day. If they do, then they should be part of the mainstream news media, don't you think? Good content creators are behind the scenes putting together content, which takes time, effort, especially if they're a parent, grandparent, family person, or if you're single. This stuff takes time. It's not an overnight thing, but if it is an overnight thing, you're not really watching a content creator. You're watching someone that's creating content because they're after something else. But very simple, very simple. Anyway, Summer Wells, Classic and Sincere, Jermaine Covington. Don't forget, Sunday, 6 p.m. on Mr. Boss Blake's channel. We're going to be covering that. Continuing coverage on that case. I'm going to be coming back. I'm waiting for Mr. David Robinson to log in with me and get a date down to do an update on his case. And we'll have that back on this channel, as well as, let's see what else I got here. Outside pending 2 other cases I am not going to talk about right now, because that is in talk session. And obviously, having folks on some table talk. We're looking to get back on a Sunday schedule with table talk. I might ask Obsidian to do a table talk with me. And I know she'll say yes. John, anytime you're ready, I'll be there. And we can go over a good table talk session. And Obsidian can tell us a little bit about who Obsidian is, why she decided to create her own channel, what are some of the things that she felt that she could make a positive contribution to on YouTube, having a channel. What has she experienced on YouTube so far by having a channel that she would like to see changes on, and vice versa. And we can go from there. That'd be a great table talk. Because if anyone knows Obsidian, she'd tell it like it is. So I'm looking to have that with a host of different content creators coming up. Like I said, I'm just starting to straighten out my schedule. I'm looking to do something possibly Sunday, but I'm doing Sunday with Mr. Boss Blake, so it may be the next or following Sunday. I'm not sure yet. I'm just waiting for a phone call to come through. If it does happen, I will post it. If you don't see it posted, then it's coming. It's coming. But for all of you, a lot of you, oh, I'm hurt that he's Obsidian says she's ready. I know you are. You've always been ready. And that, and I'm looking to also make making to look at some new connections. A different department that needs to be addressed as well. But I can't tip my hand yet. But I'll let you know. I'll let you know. I'll let you know. I've been speaking to Miss Q. She's doing okay so far. And much love to Miss Q for being a co-host on Q Squared. Content creators need time. And that time is called life in some cases. All of us do. And that's, like I said, that's why I don't go live every day. Because we're doing the other thing too that is most important, called life, family, business, living. You know what I'm talking about. When those things happen, guess what you're going to give your attention to? Those things. We can't get on YouTube and say, the world is falling apart. The sky is falling. I can't find my shoes. My keys are lost somewhere. Somebody stole my car. I don't know what to do. I doubt that. Can you help me? No. So sorry for your hard luck. Good luck. And the only thing we can do is move on. But life happens to everyone. Like I said, this moment is a part of it. And hopefully this message, a good portion of it, outside of the case updates, a good portion of it reaches some folks out there. Enough of a lot of the, imbecilic, immature bullshit that we can all do nothing about. Stop calling CPS on each other like it really means something in another state or in another damn country. Because that's some bullshit. And remember that what you send out also comes back. If you're doing it to somebody else, it's going to come back, especially if you intended to do it to somebody else. It will be intentionally coming back to you. The only difference is that it may not have the same face that you were aiming at when you sent the original message. Okay? Are we good? Type a 1 in the chat if we're good. They don't like when I get deep, because I mean I can go there, but they don't like when I get deep. The devil is busy. That's right. Type a 1 in the chat if you know what I meant. Because when you go deep, you can't miss it. You can't miss it. The same intention that goes out comes back. Most people call it karma. No, it's the universe. It's just how stuff works that we weren't told about, really. You can't learn that in the Bible or the Quran or all this other stuff. You got to be in it. You got to be looking at it. You got to be vibing with it. You have to be a part of it. Whatever happened to you in life has happened before. Not only to you, but to someone else. How did it happen? Once you ask that question, you got your answer. Causality, cause and effect. You did something to create something, and that something came back to say hello, but you forgot. A subconscious investment to outcome. I would agree with that. See, I tell you, Obsidian is ready. I know I never met so many art folks until I hit YouTube streets too. Oklahoma. Holy smoke. Diversified, but yet segmented. Compartmentalization. Damn, they're in so many different pockets. They got the beef sector, they got this sector, that sector, crime sector. Oh my God. All you got to do is just tap it into the search bar on YouTube. You'll find it. Whatever the hell it is you're looking for. You're looking to fix your car, you'll find that. You're looking to nurse a baby, you'll find that. Shoot a gun, you'll find that. What it is to fill out a college application for 4 years, you'll find that. What labor pains and delivering a child is, you'll find that too. You find anything you want on YouTube because that's what people post. That's why I said we have to be careful on what we're giving our attention to. And if it comes to any of the cases that we talked about, whether it be Cash Gurnan, Classic and Sincere, Summer Wells, Jermaine Covington, Kanika Jenkins, Micaiah Bryant, Ahmaud Arbery, Michael Vaughn, Xavier Harrelson, Amari Nicholson. I can keep going on. We can. It's just coming out. Just please pay attention, because your attention is your life. It's a major part of your life. Take a break if you need to. It's okay. Watch a movie. Talk to someone you haven't spoken to on the phone. Make a phone call. Do something different than what you'd normally do just once and to break a cycle, especially a strong one if you've been on YouTube every single night. You have to do it and catch up on your rest, catch up on eating right, get that exercise since now we can go out and enjoy the outdoor weather. And COVID has not got us all locked up wearing masks and all doing all kinds of, isolated shit. You better enjoy it. That's the main part of tonight's message. Outside of the updates, a lot going on. And the stories that I try to, along with other content creators, to bring you is some very tough stories that we're looking at. So we'll continue. I know you will. And much love and thank you to every single one of you for supporting this channel, being here even this morning. And moderators that just showed up out of nowhere. I see blue, 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 blue. Y'all are terrific. And you know who you are because you can see what color you are as you make your comment in the chat room. Yeah, there we go. So we will be back. Like I said, Sunday night, 6 p.m., Mr. Boss Blake's channel for the continued coverage of Jermaine Covington's case out of New Jersey. Then we'll be coming back to my channel for follow-up. And possibly we might have some special guests. Ooh, that will definitely help us to move this case forward and helping that family to get justice, along with following up on Classic and Sincere's case coming up next month. Trial start date, July 25th, 9 a.m., Bakersfield, California. Annette, as I always do, much love to you and yours. Be well. Stay blessed with God's speed. You know what time it is. Let's go to work.